On November 26, 1930, a news was published on the front page of Canada's The Medane Daily Journal newspaper, whose title was Village of the Dead. This news sent a wave of fear across Canada, because in northern Canada, an entire tribe disappeared overnight without leaving any traces. Viewers, this is Anjikuni Lake, located in the remote areas of northern Canada. On the banks of this lake was a small settlement where an Inuit tribe, known as the Eskimos, used to live. This tribe consisted of about 100 to 150 people who made their living by fishing in the Lake Dot. This is an area of northern Canada where only a few thousand people live in an area of not thousands but lakhs of square kilometers, and the reason for this is the harsh weather here. At Anjikuni Lake, aside from fishing, hunting of other animals also takes place in the surrounding area, which attracts many hunters. It was a particularly cold day in November 1930 when a hunter named Joe LaBelle arrived in the area for hunting. He became so engrossed in his hunt that he didn't even realize when night fell. He decided, as he had done before, to spend the night with the Eskimo tribe. The people of this tribe were well known for their hospitality toward visitors, so the hunter packed up his things and started toward the Eskimo settlement. It was a moonlit night, but there was complete silence from far and wide. Neither any person was visible nor anyone's sound. He could hear only his steps. Although Joe had done this before, today something definitely felt abnormal. Usually, whenever he got close to the settlement, he would hear the barking of the dogs that the villagers kept. But today, even when Joe reached close to the colony, there was only desolation and silence, all this. Feeling this, Joe increased the speed of his steps. He felt that perhaps the villagers were sleeping or had gone somewhere. Now from a distance, he was able to see the tents of the settlement, from which smoke was also seen rising. But even after getting closer, he did not hear anyone's voice. Finally, when Joe entered the settlement, he was surprised to see that there was neither a human being nor an animal here, which was a surprise for Joe. The thing was that smoke was visible rising from the top of some houses as if someone was present inside them. He went to a random camp, but there was no one present there, and similar was the condition of all the camps. He would have finished and left from there. But there was one thing which put Joe in more trouble. In some houses, cooking utensils were present on the stove, but the food in them was burnt. That is, someone had kept it to cook food for the night. But he could not eat. Even the clothes which were stitched by the women of the colony were present there, and there was also thread in the needle. It seemed as if perhaps the people of the colony had suddenly left from here, but where did they go? Joe started searching the entire colony. He saw that the dogs that were kept by the tribal people had a rope tied around their necks, but the dogs had died of hunger. Although there was food available in front of the dogs, there was no one to give them food. The human was not present there. At one place, he saw a grave dug. Looking at this grave, it seemed that it must not have been much time since it was dug. Seeing all this, the anxiety and fear of the Joe had increased a lot. Seeing this whole scene alone at night, he was very scared, and the people here always keep their dogs with them whenever they go anywhere. But after seeing all this, it seemed that perhaps something strange has happened here. Some such untoward incident has taken place. People have been forced to go somewhere suddenly, so much so that they left behind their dogs, food, clothes, and could not even extinguish the burning fire. Seeing all this, he could not bear it for long and reached the nearest telegraph office as soon as possible. From there, he contacted the Royal Canadian Mounted Police camps and reported the situation exactly as he had seen it. When the police reached the village, whatever Libel had told proved to be true. The police suspected that perhaps someone had attacked here, and all the people of the colony have been killed. But if that had been the case, then there would have been no signs of blood anywhere in the settlement. If there was no blood found, then only some things would have been scattered due to the fighting. The police immediately started a search operation to find the villagers. In this search operation, a very unique thing was seen which perhaps even Joe had not noticed. The entire settlement was covered with snow, but there were no footprints of anyone on that snow. There were footprints of only one person. There were no people, and they were Joe Lebel's own. That is, if no one came to this colony except Joe and no one went, then where did the people of the colony go? There was snow on the lake too, and the boats of the people of the colony were standing on the ground because there is no fishing in this season. Hence the boats were pulled to the ground and parked. If the people of the colony went somewhere by swimming in the lake, or someone killed them and threw them in the lake, then there would be a layer of ice on the lake must have been broken or scattered from somewhere. Police also came to know during the investigation that these people had gone missing 8 days before Joe came here, because dogs do not die due to starvation for a day or two. The smoke coming out was a sign that not much time had passed since they left this place, because it was the smoke that keeps coming out for a long time, even after the wood is extinguished. The police had a lot of questions, but there was not a single answer. After the search operation of many months, the police finally closed this case forever by labeling it as unsolved, and with time people also forgot it. After 50 years of this incident, in 1984, two writers named Roger Bohr and Nigel Blunder wrote an article and tried to connect this whole matter with aliens. They told in their article that when they went near Anjukuni Lake to explore this area, they found a hunter and his 2 sons there. They told that often they have seen some objects flying over the lake whose shapes are different, and they were flying towards the same settlement where the Eskimo tribe lived. Based on this story, it was told that perhaps aliens had landed that night, and all the people present in the settlement were killed. These 2 writers did not have any concrete evidence of the presence of aliens in their attack, hence most people did not believe it and rejected this theory. After this, many people started thinking about the disappearance of the Eskimo tribe. Started making different stories about it, but the reality is that it has been 100 years since this incident happened, but till date no one has the answer to the question as to where did the people of Anjukuni Lake settlement go without any trace. The case of disappearance of Eskimo tribe remains a mystery till date. I hope you all will like and share this video. Thank you very much for your loving comments. See you in the next great video.